I didn't hear him. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Norm's Friends. I'm David B., the readings guy. 603-404-9338. Here we are in the beautiful new studio. Fantastic here, chilly. So I have my coat on, my hat on. And let's see. So they have new lights in here. It's quite the place. I'm impressed. Nice and new. And I'm told you're going to be seeing this later. It's not live. It's no phone today. Anyway, I still have my inspirational quote. I have my interesting fun facts today. There you have it. And we could talk about current events. And we'll see how it goes from that. So we'll give it a shot. Again, by the way, the windows over here, there's windows here, there's curtains behind me, but up the windows up that way. People can watch from the street, imagine, so we can wave to them. Hi, how you doing? And again, that's that. Just really quick, in case I seem a little bit off, I'm getting ready to come here today. So the cat is in his perch by the window. And I'm sure if anybody has a cat, before I leave, his name is Fred, I go, oh, I'll be back. I give him a kiss on his head. I must have went down too fast, vertigo. Not as bad as a couple of weeks ago when I sort of said, I'm staying put, but it's like, wow. So, again, I went a little too fast. All right, so what do you say? Let's get to it again. I'm impressed with this new studio. Tons of room in here. All right. Let's start with the inspirational quote, shall we? Good leaders have vision and inspire others to help them turn vision into reality. Great leaders create more leaders, not followers. Great leaders have vision, share vision, and inspire others to create their own. I just happened to see this today. It jumped out at me because it reminds me of the current administration. They're not great leaders because they don't inspire, they don't share, have vision. He's got no vision, actually, this poor guy in the White House. So, and I wouldn't even call him a good leader, but let's read it again. Good leaders have vision and inspire others to help them turn vision into reality. Great leaders create more leaders, not followers, which is all this idiot has, blind followers, no less. Great leaders have vision, share vision, and inspire others to create their own. Roy T. Bennett, The Light in the Heart, naturally. How this guy could, there's like, if you go online, literally, there must be hundreds from this guy coming on, but we got a ways to go. So there you have it. All right, so next, excuse me, as usual, I get on here. Wow, these lights are really bright. You can't look at the other ones you could look at before. You can't look at these. They're really, really bright. Wow. Wow, they got lights all over the place here. New desk, chairs, amazing. All right, thank you. So, now we have interesting fun facts. So, what did we just have? February 2nd is what? Groundhog Day. So, interesting fun facts today is about Groundhog Day. There's only 6 of them because they're longer than usual, so I got 6 of them, all right? So, interesting fun facts. Let's get to it. Interesting fun fact number 1. Groundhog Day has its roots in another February 2 celebration. By the way, that was my father's birthday. I never forgot it, obviously, because it was Groundhog Day. All right. Groundhog Day is an offshoot Uh-oh, Muslims ain't gonna be too happy. Groundhog Day is an offshoot of the Christian celebration of Candlemas, which is held every February 2nd, exactly 40 days after Christmas. Uh-oh, all these Muslim mayors now, they're going to be banning Groundhog Day. In parts of Europe, it was believed that a sunny Candlemas meant another 40 days of winter were on the horizon. In Germanic Europe, Candlemas was denoted as Dachstag, D-A-C-H-S-T-A-G, obviously German word, trick word, or Badger Day, which utilized badgers to help with the weather predictions. According to tradition, if the animal saw its shadow on that day, people were in for 4 more weeks of winter. Voila. Excuse me. Interesting fun fact number 2. Groundhog Day, this is kind of interesting. Groundhog Day weather predictions were censored during World War II. Censorship rules throughout World War II meant that the biggest papers had to remain tight-lipped about any information that Germany and Japan could use against the United States. The rules were so strict that weather forecasts couldn't be broadcast on the radio, and papers were forbidden from publishing sky condition and exact temperatures. Imagine, that's pretty cool. And speaking of that, when I was a kid, we'd go to Revere Beach, and it was funny. It was not on all the places, but some places they still had the, except for Lowell, they had the windows painted black, and of course, it was for during the war. If there were any ships out in the ocean, they wouldn't be able to tell where the land was from the buildings. That's what I was told. All right. Interesting fun fact number 3. The earliest mention of a day concerning groundhogs in the United States dates back to 1840 in the diary of Pennsylvanian James L. Morris. But the first known instance of people gathering together to celebrate came in 1887, when a groundhog club traveled together to Gobbler's Knob in Punxsutawney to bring Punxsutawney Phil out to check for his shadow. Imagine. Interesting fun fact number 4. I need another sip of water. Please hold on. It's chilly in here. I'm going to bring space heater next week. All right. Interesting fun fact number 4. The Groundhog Day movie made the holiday's popularity explode. Up until the Murray McDowell movie, a few thousand people would trek to Gobbler's Knob to partake in the festivities. But that number grew to the dozens of thousands after it hit theaters. Upwards of 40,000 people now travel to where Phil the Weatherman and Phil the Groundhog faced off in an existential battle of wills. That's about 8 times the population of Punxsutawney itself. Who would have known? All right, interesting fun fact number 5. Punxsutawney Phil is actually terrible at predicting the weather. Couldn't be any worse than the weatherman. Despite the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club proudly proclaiming that Phil gets the weather right 100% of the time. He really does. He's generally pretty awful about knowing whether winter is sticking around or not. Naturally, according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association, Phil has only been right 40% of the time between 2011 and 2021. And how much of the time has the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association been correct? I bet you there's not much of a difference. Of course, they have to ridicule and put down poor Punxsutawney Phil because, right, he's doing it for nothing, and they're getting tens of millions of dollars a year to do their predictions. So naturally, they have to get after him. And then finally, we ended on a bit of a humorous note, all right? Interesting fun fact, number 6. In 1995, Phil went to Chicago, Punxsutawney Phil, went to Chicago to make an appearance on the Oprah Winfrey Show. The groundhog was impressively calm, leading Oprah to ask handler Bill Dealey, "Is Phil drugged?" Dealey responded, "No, Phil is not drugged. Phil loves the cameras. He thinks he's performing." So there you have it. Groundhog Day. Well, we just had it, right? All right, so seeing as there's no phone today, so no one calling in, I do have, of course, the big deal, what was all the big talk about the past week about the border deal, the deal that would have kept the borders open to eternity and let all these illegals in for eternity. And this joker in the White House has the nerve to say his hands are tied, he can't do anything about the border. Well, as luck would have it, lo and behold, what do we have here? I don't have the whole thing. It's a lot of pages. We have the the immigration and what is it? See, I wrote it down, and this is from, by the way, Kavanaugh Law Office of I don't know where. It's an 800 number, but they're an immigration law practice. But this tells you right here, it's section 212 of the Immigration and the Immigration and Something Act, all right? It just goes to show you that this president is lying, and it just goes to show you, again, I keep saying, you can't be dumb if you want to be free, but yet when he's, and they blame Trump naturally, but when Trump was president, I don't remember all these people flinging over the border at like the rate of 10,000 a day like they are now. So anyway, it's a crock, but again, Americans are that dumb. They believe this guy, and I'm sorry, Democrats, especially the young ones, are dumb. They believe hook, line, and sinker, 100% of what this joker in the White House is telling you and what they see on MSNBC, and NBC, ABC, CBS, all these news outlets, they're all full of groundhog. It's all hogwash. But people will believe them whatever they're told. So let's get to it, all right? It's because, like, again, Biden says his hands are full. It's a crock. All right, get this. So this will take a while. What do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages, and of course it's legalese, so I'm sure I didn't read it over yet. I'm sure parts of it are going to be very difficult to understand, but we'll go through it anyway, just to show you what a liar Joe Biden is. And they talk about how Trump was a liar. This guy does nothing but. All right, classes, well, the top is chopped off. This is classes of aliens ineligible, but they should put illegals, ineligible for visas or admission, except as otherwise provided in this act. Aliens who are inadmissible under the following paragraph are ineligible to receive visas and ineligible to be admitted into the United States. Let's go over that again. Classes of aliens ineligible for visas or admission, except as otherwise provided in this act. Aliens who are inadmissible under the following paragraphs are ineligible to receive visas and ineligible to be admitted. So they're lying to you. He's got all the power right here, so does Mayorkas. Ineligible to be admitted to the United States. 1, health-related grounds. A, in general, any alien, small I, who is determined in accordance with regulations prescribed by the Secretary of Health and Human Services to have a communicable disease of public health significance. And since all this happened, and I don't know if you've read it or heard about it, it must be true, it's online, cases of syphilis are at record highs, but just keep coming them in, letting them come in without checking them, all right? Let's see, all right. Except, okay, that was 1, humans who have a communicable disease, public health significance. All right, in parentheses, a little I twice. Except as provided in subparagraph C, I guess we're going to have to wait to get there, who seeks admission as an immigrant or who seeks adjustment of status to the status of an alien lawfully admitted for permanent residence and who has failed to present documentation of having received vaccination against vaccine-preventable diseases. How many did they let in since COVID without proof of vax? But people had to use proof of vax to take a bus, but not illegals. And I don't care, people, call up all your elected officials. You keep hearing it again, especially you just heard it yesterday on the news about, because Trump didn't, they said he's going to stand trial, you know, he doesn't have immunity. And why? No one's above the law, not even the President of the United States. Why are these legals above the law? They're coming in here criminally, and they reward criminal behavior. I don't get it. All right. Let's see, except 2 again. Except as provided in subparagraph C, who seeks admission as an immigrant or who seeks adjustment of status to the status of an alien lawfully admitted for permanent residence and who has failed to present documentation of having received vaccination against vaccine-preventable diseases, which shall include at least the following diseases: mumps, measles, rubella, polio, tetanus, diphtheria toxoids, pertussis, influenza type B, and hepatitis B, and any other vaccines against vaccine-preventable diseases recommended by the Advisory Committee for Immunization Practices. How many would just that little bit fling out? You can't be dumb if you want to be free. All right, here's in section little I 3 times. All right, who is determined in accordance with regulations prescribed by the Secretary of Health and Human Services in consultation with the Attorney General. 1, to have a physical or mental disorder and behavior associated with the disorder that may pose or has posed a threat to the property, safety, or welfare of the alien or others, or, here we are, subparagraph B, waiver authorized for, oh, that's the end of that, or, then that goes on to B. All right, got me, capital B in parentheses, waiver authorized for provision authorizing waiver of certain clauses of subparagraph A, see subsection G. Still confusing. All right, here's subparagraph C. Exception from immunization requirement for adopted children 10 years of age or younger. Clause 2 of subparagraph A shall not apply to a child who, 1, is 10 years of age or younger, 2, is described in section 101, subsection B, subsection 1, subparagraph F, and, boy, oh boy, it's even confusing to read. 3, is seeking an immigrant visa as an immediate relative under section 201B if prior to the admission of the child. All right, that's all to do with children. We don't, so they're exempt under those circumstances. We don't have to read every single little thing. All right, 2, let's see, I guess subsection 2, criminal and related grounds. Subparagraph A, conviction of certain crimes. And then again, little I in parentheses. In general, except as provided in clause, little in parentheses, 2 little i's, any alien convicted of or who admits having committed or who admits committing acts which constitute the essential elements of 1, a crime involving moral turpitude, I don't know what that is, other than a purely political offense or an attempt or conspiracy to commit such a crime. Or 2, a violation of or a conspiracy or attempt to violate any law or regulation of a state, the United States, or a foreign country relating to, this is messed up here, relating to, it says some years before the date of application. I'm sorry for this. Obviously, it's not printed right. I'll go on the government website and print it, and we'll clarify it. But right away, a violation of any law or regulation of a state, the United States. Do we have to read any further? So they're violating the immigration law, every single one of them, coming over that border illegally. Throw them out. I mean, we really don't need to read any further. It's amazing, right? Let's see, I don't know why it's printed like that, but yeah, it's, all right. Boy, me, it's all, I don't know what happened here, but, well, so much for that, but we really don't have to read any further because, and like I said, imagine we just got to that one part, not at the bottom of the second page, about breaking any law of any state or of the United States, which they do. So see, and by the way, Texas mentions the state, so Texas has a right to defend its border. But anyway, again, I'll print it and we'll have to go over that another time and take it from there. My sincerest apologies. Even it's bad enough I got the vertigo. It's making me worse dizzy doing all that. So there we have it. We have to fill the time. I always, one second, please excuse me. Boy, Scott, with nobody calling in, it's hard to take a sip of water, and you can sneak all that in when you get calls. So, The other thing I was going to say is, seeing as this isn't the normal show format here, because we're not live, well, what I'm going to do is, how you doing? What I'm going to do is, wait a minute. I email just headlines. We'll go over just headlines and just to show you what a farce a lot of these things are. And, you know, we can comment. I'll naturally, hey, I'll do my, I don't know. All right. I can comment on them. I can give you my opinion of them. I mean, to me, they're comical. So, anyway, I'm going to say, by the way, I'm just looking in the crystal ball, all right? So you're going to see, you're going to see a lot of people, well, it's probably the woke people. You know, it's just going to continue more of the same. I see it coming up to be more prevalent, more in the forefront, more people attacking. And, you know, I wouldn't even be surprised if it's physically, but, attacking verbally and all that stuff. I just see that really ramping up. And let's see what else, because there's no one here. I don't usually just look at this random, but I do. Just see lots and lots and lots of squabbling, and I mean big time, one-sided mostly, although it's going to be a ways away. I do see sort of people sort of waking up or sort of, passing through and getting through another stage, perhaps, maybe a little more calmer, tranquil period, but that's not for a while. I see lots of chaos. All right, so let me put this away, because otherwise I can get carried away just going on about stuff like that. And I'd rather not, so, without a reader or a guest. So, all right, these are just, and I have a ton of them, so we have enough to go. But again, like I said, these are headlines that I got off, online, different news sites, all right? So these are, all right, this, I love it. This is, let's see, Gateway Pundit. All right, this is just yesterday. This is a headline. I love it. Schumer threatens to send U.S. troops to fight Russia unless Republicans agree to his $100 billion world aid bill. But, this is, how they just shred the Constitution. It's not up to him to threaten anything. It's, Congress has to vote on that. But, again, Americans are dumb. So, there they go. Here's a nice one, everybody. And I would say, everybody now pay attention to this one, because this, they're asking for trouble and they are going to get it. Angry leftists threaten to go after conservatives in their homes and churches if GOP wins in 2024. This is like, it's the angry leftists. Again, this is sort of like what Islam and Muslims do, right? Convert to Islam. What are they doing all over in Nigeria and other countries over there? And you don't hear a thing about it. But, right, it's the same thing. The angry leftists threaten to go after conservatives in their homes and churches if GOP wins in 2024. Amazing. All right, so when you hear a noise, because the door is open here and it's not like the old studio. All right, here's another funny one. And this is exactly what is going on now in the current administration. Not big time. Prove me wrong. Kamala Harris trashes Trump. This is like comedy here to me. Kamala Harris trashes Trump, claims he will weaponize the Justice Department. I mean, and here's the sad part. The Democrat and the woke people, they're so dumb, they believe it. That's exactly what, well, it's really Obama's third term. This is exactly what Obama and Biden are doing now. He'll weaponize the Justice Department if he takes back the White House like Joe Biden did. Unbelievable. I mean, you can't make this. Here's another one that, this one really blows me away. All right? This is the LGBT whatever. Queers for a ceasefire. For the life of there's another one. It's like an oxymoron. Queers are protesting in support of Hamas. You talk about dumb. That's just outright. You can't get dumber than that. I mean, dumb is dumb. Queers for a ceasefire. In the meantime, queers for a ceasefire, so what? So Hamas can reorganize and rearm themselves so they can kill all these queers that are protesting for a ceasefire. I'm sorry, I don't get it. It just blows me away. That's just amazing. All right. This is last week, but it's Biden may take action as early as tonight, Iran. And I love it. To remember when this is before they killed the 3 servicemen. This is when they attacked them in Iraq or Syria or wherever it was. What does Biden do? He tells them, right, he's going to get them for doing that. And what does he do? He sends them a list of possible options and where possible sites he was going to attack. I mean, this guy really. All right, I like this one. And it's true. Today's climate crisis is a fairy tale. This says American Thinker. Let's click on this one just to read a little bit, just to see if we can get anything, or if anything's going to come up. It doesn't look like it is. So anyway, I like that because I think it is anyway. All right. This goes back. We're back on the border, but all right. Joe Biden announces the border is broken after he broke it. People probably think I'm soft, but I laugh when I read this stuff. I just can't believe how ridiculous it is. Joe Biden announces border is broken after he broke it. Says he can fix it when he hasn't. Asks for authority, which he already has. Wants you to believe he will take action when we all know he won't. I mean, really, think about it. We just read the little thing, as cuckoo as it was sounding. He's got the authority to do it now, but he won't. Can't be dumb if you want to be free, people. All right. Wait a minute. Hold on. All right. Two Americas. Tell me this isn't true. There's two Americas. One for U.S. citizens, which is heavily regulated and monitored. The other America is for illegals, which is free of mandates, regulations, and bureaucratic harassment. Tell me that isn't true. Dummies. Unbelievable. Just and people, you got to get involved with what's going on politically. You have to get involved, or it's just going to get worse. They're just going to shred the Constitution like that. There's absolutely no reason that that should be allowed in a great country that they're destroying rapidly because, again, nobody gives a damn. All right, and I forget the pop star's name. Pop star speaks out about her abortion regret. Quote, I have a Grammy, but none of it will bring my children back. Let's see if I click on this one, if I get anything on who it is. It's not, it's not, I don't see the circle going like this in here to bring up these articles. Oh, wait a minute, let's see. This is, hold on, let's see who it is. Kaya Jones, Kaya Jones. That's who that was. Ta-da, imagine. So that's who that was. Well, okay, now I can't get out. So that's who that was. All right. Here's a good one. This just shows you how dumb people are. Get this. This is Kamala Harris again. Are you ready? This is on January 25th, so it might have been the 24th, but that's when I sent it to myself. All right, Kamala Harris says, I can't, I can't believe how dumb she is. I mean, come on. Kamala Harris says we could lose this democracy if we elect a president who would weaponize the DOJ and go after their political enemies. Come on, people. You got to laugh at this stuff, but I mean, this is how bad this is. Call your elected officials. That's why all this stuff is happening, because everybody just sits back there and says, oh, well, there's nothing I can do. I don't care. Look, I'm an undeclared voter, all right? People, oh, but the two senators in New Hampshire, they're Democrats. It doesn't matter. Undeclared, conservative, Republican, whatever you are, call them. It's just like, again, when the price of gas was almost $5 a gallon, so that's people got involved then. You saw the price of gas shoot down as fast as it went up. But it's too funny. How's this? Right. This goes back for a couple of weeks ago. This goes back to the First in the Nation primary. All right. Roughly 70% of New Hampshire Nikki Haley voters weren't registered Republicans. Just goes to show you. All right. Okay, I don't know what that headline does. That may. All right, here's this. This should get everyone outraged, and it's again. This is why they call them voting machines and not ballot counting machines. Wait until you hear this. Professor and election expert Jay Haldeman hacks into Dominion voting machine tabulator in court on Friday. So this was from January 20th, so I would imagine the Friday before, in front of Judge Totenberg, using only a pen to change vote totals. Let's go by this again. This should outrage everyone. Outrage everyone. again, and you want the, you know, that's why they want voting machines everywhere, because the machines do vote, I guess. Again, professor and election expert Jay Haldeman hacks into Dominion voting machine tabulator in court on Friday in Georgia in front of Judge Totenberg using only a pen to change vote totals. Now, you know why for the last election, when Trump was up over 800,000 votes in Pennsylvania, they said they had to stop counting votes and they sent people home. And then the next thing you know, when they open up, oops, over 900,000 votes, every single one of them for Biden. They probably all got their pens and started changing the tallies. All right. This is just in Sweden. They're scrapping their Agenda 2030 goals. Imagine. Shows you what a scam it is. All right, here's another one. People, call all your elected officials from the White House on down, even to your city councilor. You got to light a match under the you know what to get them going. But how much taxpayer money is being diverted from veterans to go to illegals? Think about it. That's another one. It should put a fire, make your blood boil, and do something about it. That's unbelievable. All right. Here's another one. Here's another one. I love the. This is just the headline. After indicting the leading presidential candidate and destroying America, Kamala Harris calls Trump an existential threat to our democracy, who took rights and liberties from the American people. That's all they're doing down there. That's all this current administration is doing, and yet, but people are so dumb, they believe it. They'll believe it. All right, this is just, I love it. By the way, thank God he's not the climate czar anymore, but this is 118, so January 18th. John Kerry goes full Davos, totalitarian. This is what he says. No politician can reverse climate change policy. What nerve on these people. It's incredible. But in the meantime, just one of his trips in his private jet will leave a larger carbon footprint, one trip, than your automobile or my gas-powered automobile will do for during our whole lifetime. Amazing. Oh, here's another one related to what I just read. This has to do with these electronic vehicles. This is from January 17th. I love it. This is just the headline. It's just the headline naturally, but this part's in quote. We got a bunch of dead robots out here. All right, and this is Tesla charging stations freeze in Chicago. You can charge your car. So doesn't that make you want to run right out and buy a overpriced, very expensive electric vehicle that's useless? Here's another one. Here we go again. Everybody, this is in mass, but still, it warrants our attention. You know, and it just shows you there are two systems of justice out there. This is from January 16th. I don't know if anyone's familiar with it. I'll explain quickly after I read this. Why won't the FBI probe alleged Massachusetts cash for vote scheme? If you're not familiar with it, this was a guy running for ma- the mayor in Springfield, Mass, and he's on outside City Hall paying homeless people and other people, and he's caught on tape doing it. He's caught on film. He's on camera paying people, and of course homeless people to go in and vote for him. He was paying them either it was $10 or $15 a vote. Imagine. The FBI won't investigate it. Couldn't be because he's a Democrat. Would it be? Excuse me. But they're not investigating it. Why? If it was a Republican, he'd be in jail by now. But, all right, let's see. Hold on. All right, let's see what's next. What? Hey, come on. All right, here's another one. Here's another one. It's global warming. And of course, you've heard Al Gore go on about, I think he said I think it was 2008, Al Gore said by the year 2013, all the Arctic ice would be melted, all right? So, here we go. Global warming. Arctic ice is at its highest level for 21 years. So, global warming, climate crisis is a scam. That's all it is. All right, wait a minute. Okay, that one's too complicated. And wait, okay, we don't need that one. This one, if we could get the story up, how Obama pulls Biden's strings. Well, he's running the show, no question about it. Okay. All right. Biden says, this is from January 6th, the headline from January 6th. Biden says democracy is on the ballot, while Democrats try to remove Trump from ballots. Yeah. All right, hold on. And this goes back to January 3rd, so here's another support for global warming. I emailed this to me on January 3rd. Sweden records coldest January evening in 25 years. Let's see if we can figure out what the temperature was. If it decides it wants to pop up. But it's, here we go, hold on. All right, wait a minute. Yeah, Sweden records coldest January evening in 25 years. Let's see if we can. All right, you ready? 40 degrees, minus 40 degrees Celsius, which is 40 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know. I didn't think they matched at all, but that's what they say. So there you go on that one. Let's see. I love this one. Again, he talks about securing the border, and he's gonna, like if we pass this open border for perpetuity act, he always says they have to help them secure the border. How's this one? He's outright lying to everyone. He approves it. And a lot of people, it's sad, millions, maybe tens of millions of people believe this. And this is this outright lie. But because he always talks about he needs your help securing the border. Biden regime files emergency application demanding Supreme Court allow border agents to chop down razor border barriers installed by Texas. Imagine. So You know, secure borders, right there. This guy is for insecure borders. Actually, he's for no borders, which the uh, Border Act would have done. It would have made it a no borders border act. But there you go. He's lying to you, and you believe him hook, line, and sinker. And I can't believe people are voting for him like this. But so, and I'm glad Abbott's standing firm. He's refusing because the state can do that. And here's this. This is. I'm gonna go home and get this article and print some. To me, this is worth going over. Also, this should also uh, spark outrage in people and demand and to call all your elected officials. Wisconsin and Pennsylvania highlights from explosive summary of election fraud in the 2020 presidential election in the swing states. And what I talked about earlier, Pennsylvania, they found like whatever it was, 800,000 votes for Biden, not one for Trump though, when they closed and they sent everyone home. Okay, let's see. I don't know why that's there. Let's see. Okay, we get rid of that. I love this one. This one goes back to right after Christmas. I love it. Pro-Hamas mob clashes with New York Police Department, throws fake blood on nativity. I'm telling you, you see all these pro-Hamas mobs coming at you, fill your squirt gun with pig blood. You'll see how fast they stop. All right, let's see. And, well, I guess that's about it. I got all these. Let me just see what's something is this. No. I don't know why those are there. All right. So we don't have a whole lot of time left, but anyway, I'm impressed with the new studio here, except for the fact that there's no heat here. So there you go. Let's just see. I'm gonna go on close and just see if there's any good. I'm just gonna see if there's anything. I guess there isn't, but we'll do that a later time. But anyway, we don't have a lot of time left. So thanks for bearing with me. I thought a lot of those headlines were humorous and comical. What can I tell you? You may have a different opinion, but you know, I'm not MAGA, but I'm pro-American. And it's like get all these anti-Americans running the show. Again, you got over 200 Muslim Brotherhood advisors and Muslims, people advising this White House. It's kind of obvious what you see going on here. But call your elected officials. So next week we're going to be live. Hopefully I'll have a guest with me next week. And we don't have a whole lot of time left. So again, I want to thank everyone for watching and relaxing, and I hope you enjoyed the comical, funny headlines as much as I did. I thought they were amusing. They amused me. Also wake you up on what's going on. And hopefully next week also, when we go live, they'll have some heat. That would be fantastic. And again, my name is David B., the Readings Guy. 603-404-9338. You can also you text me there. You can give me a call if you like. Do all kinds of readings. You can email me at bifid, B-I-F as in Frank, F as in Frank, I-D as in David, at yahoo.com. That's biffit@yahoo.com. Or if you have any questions, you have any suggestions for interesting fun facts or guests to categories for the show, by all means, let me know. And let's see, with nothing more except, because I'm chilly, so I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully next week we're going to be live. The phones will be up. We'll be getting calls. Energy Lady, I missed you this week. Mary, I missed you. Gina from Medford, I missed you. What can you have it? Anyway, so without further ado, what do you say? Shall we sort of plan on scramming here? And so until next time, please, two things to remember.